All right, so welcome back again to Coffee Cafe Week 3. Now, as I've mentioned this in the very beginning, I taught you very briefly in the last week, how to journalize and how to transfer to the ledger and how to properly use the subsidiary ledger. Okay, so now that it's week 3, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the reins. So you guys are going to be helping together to go ahead and journalize each transaction. So as you notice, everything in the scenario, I no longer have general journal entries. So what does that mean? That means you guys are going to have to figure it out your guys' self, okay? Now again, if you've been following along and you don't know really where to go, so this is where you're going to be practicing and applying exactly what you've learned. So first things first is you need to have your chart of accounts, right? That's number one, because chart of accounts is going to tell you how to journalize everything, okay? Get your accounting model out because that's going to tell you whether you need a debit or credit an account, all right? And we're going to use the 7 steps of transaction analysis. So now that I've done telling what you guys how to journalize, you guys are now to tell me how to journalize, and I will be letting you guys know whether that is correct or not. All right? And I'll give you guys hints, of course, along the way. But as far as now, that's what we're going to go for. So it's all you guys now. So here we are finally on the 15th of June. All right, so we're on Saturday, and we decided to start setting up for the store because we're going to start opening on Monday, the 17th of June. All right, so first things first, what do we have here?
You pay a bill.
We're going to pay a bill, right? So ignore this number because that's not right.
It's 1514.
Yeah, it's 1514. So here we're going to pay a bill. Okay. So we're going to pay a bill.
Okay, I would like to take a shot. It's accounts payable and subcontractor expense.
Okay, so in this case, we're making a payment to a bill. The subcontractor expense has already been recorded because the job was completed. Now I owe them money, right?
Okay, so
So
instead of subcontractor expense would be LB remodeling. No, wait, never mind. The accounts payable first.
that's
Is that
correct.
correct?
That is
Okay.
correct. Good. We're using a check to pay. So therefore, checking is going to be our second account. Okay. How much am I going to write my check out for?
1890
Okay, how did you find that number?
on my previous entry.
Okay. Where else can I find it if I didn't want to scroll back that far? How else would I be able to find it? Quick and easy.
In the subsidiary ledger.
In the subsidiary ledger. So if I go to my subsidiary ledger and I'm looking at invoice number 1754 for LV remodeling. Okay, so LV remodeling. All right, 1754. We know that we owe a total of 1890. Okay, good. So we know we're going to make a payment for 1890. Okay.
we are here, we're gonna register the
What was that, Nathan? We're going to go where?
we're gonna go check register, right?
Correct. So here, we wrote a check. We need to know what check number. 15th of June. Okay.
We've already used check 1513.
Oh yeah, that's why I said ignore that. I erased it.
Okay.
So we're using check number 1514. How much do I need to write this check out to, and who am I going to be writing this check out to?
$18.90 to LV Remodeling.
1890 to L. Okay. LV Remodeling Company for check number 1514. Okay. So then what's my description going to be?
LV Remodeling invoice 1754, check number 1514.
Good. Excellent. All right, now that we finish our journal, where should we go next?
Go to the bank.
Bank?
I mean the general ledger assets, and we gotta do the we made a payment, so we have to adjust the bank.
Okay. All right, I'm on my checking account.
Yeah. Check number 1517, right?
1514.
1514. Sorry.
No worries.
Until now 6 should be right.
Yeah, I think we're still on 5.
Still 5.
We're still on the beginning of 5. Yes, page 5.
1890.
For 1890.
Yeah. Credit.
So then what's my total balance right now?
2299.22.
Good. Now that we're done with the checking account, which account is next?
I would go to the subsidiary ledger.
We still got one more account. that we have to update?
Before that,
We still need to stay on the general ledger. So if I wrote a check out, right? What was that check out for?
what was the cleaning portion again?
So so we just updated the checking account, right? What was that check out for? That check was to make a payment to a liability, right?
Oh, I see.
So we need to update our liability as well.
Yep, go to the account payable.
Okay.
Invoice number 1754.
Okay. In this case, since I have an invoice 1754, I also want to make a little note here that I'm making a payment to it, right? And I'm going to reference that with also a check number 1514.
Debit for 1890.
Okay. Debit for 1890. So then what is my total accounts payable right now?
Why are we debiting?
Because we made a payment, right? We're decreasing a liability. How do you decrease liabilities?
I know. But we pay what the other invoices also, and we put it on the credit side, no?
If you put it on the credit side, you're increasing your liabilities. Are we increasing or are we decreasing?
No, that makes sense. Thank you.
So that should be 1376,786.4.
Yeah, so see, we went from 15,000 because we made a payment to this liability, right? We need to decrease our account. And we decrease it with a debit. So therefore, right? It's going to lower the amount that I owe. Same thing here in the journal. I originally journalized it as a debit. Okay, whatever I see in my journal and I put into my ledger, you have to follow exactly how it is, right? In this case, I'm paying off a liability, so I'm reducing it. And I paid it with cash, or with a check, so therefore I'm decreasing my my assets. All right, and then yep, so that's why my debits are credited like this. Okay. And then Nathan said that we're going to go to our subsidiary ledger. Right? What are we going to do in our subsidiary ledger?
We're going to decrease the account payable.
Okay, we're going to decrease the account payable. All right, so how am I going to fill this out?
Just put the number that you made a payment on payment section.
Okay. Now in this case, I want you to keep a good track of your transactions. So I'm going to put another line here and saying that I made a payment using check number 1514, right? And what was that check number for? Which invoice? Yep, 1754. Okay, general journal number 5. And you said we just need to go to our payment section and put payment. Okay. So then I have a negative number here. And now it tells me that I only owe $1560 left to LV Remodeling, which we know is for the foundation. Okay. Good. So then, are we done with this transaction? Yes, no, maybe so?
Yep.
Okay. All right, good. Good. So, let's see what happened next. What did we do here?
What
You
office
bought office
supplies and pay with a
supplies?
credit card?
Good. We bought office supplies with the credit card. Okay. Right? I didn't specify what we bought, but it gave us a total of $150. So how am I going to journalize this?
Office supplies and Visa payable.
Good. Right? We just acquired some business supplies or office supplies, excuse me. So we're going to debit our office supplies and we're going to credit our Visa payable because we're charging the card once again. Okay. What account number is office supplies?
11,800.
The Visa payable is 22,000. Okay. How much was the office supplies?
150.
Anything in the notes or description?
Probably just where you purchase them from, which is office supply store.
Okay.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I see that there's another office supplies expense under operating expenses. So
Okay.
how would you know which one to use?
Okay, so in this case, right, the difference is one is an asset and one is an expense, right? And we describe assets as everything that we own, right?
Oh, right, right.
While expenses are everything that we either use, spend, um, what is it? Purchase to operate the business. And in this case, right? When I purchase these office supplies, do I own it or am I spending it?
You own it.
You own it.
You own it, right? But when we reach the end of the accounting period, if I'm going to be using these office supplies as I'm running my business, that's where the office supplies expense account is going to come into play, because we need to adjust our office supplies, because when we purchase $150 worth of it and we're using it, that doesn't mean I still have $150 worth in my assets anymore because I used some of it. So that's where the office supplies expense account will come into play.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. All right. Now that we finished our journal, what's next?
General ledger.
General ledger. So which account first?
Visa payable.
Visa payable. Okay. Here we are, Visa payable.
Office supply store. General journal 550.
Where am I placing the 150?
Credit.
Deck. Good. Credit. Okay, so then my total balance is now
470.31.
good. Right. What's next?
I have a question. Um will we go to assets and then office supply?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is the reason why we need a double entry system, is because here, if I'm saying that I spent money to buy office supplies, but I didn't increase my assets for office supplies, then I'm purchasing, but I'm not gaining anything out of it. So in this case, always, whatever you wrote in your journal, right? That's why we use the debit and credit system here, because here I bought office supplies. So therefore, I need to increase my assets for the office supplies. So yes, you do need to go to your assets, locate your office supplies, because we purchased some. So it should be right under business supplies. Here it is, office supplies.
I enter office supply store Visa.
Okay.
And then 150 in debit.
Okay, so in this case, right, I'm increasing my debit, but in this case, my balance is the first time I'm using this account, so my debit balance is going to be my whatever I entered in there, which is the 150.
And then we'll go to subsidiary ledger.
Subsidiary ledger, right? Because what if I want to return my supplies? Right. So office supplies, office supply store. So LMNO. right here, office supply store.
I use the same notes, office supply, Visa.
No invoice number. Post reference.
Oh, yes, General Journal 5.
Okay.
And invoice amount 150, payment 150.
Okay. Let's go ahead and practice the formula. What's my formula?
So equal invoice amount minus prepaid amount minus return allowances minus discount minus payment.
Good. Which should bring you
Woohoo!
which should give you 0 at the end of the day, because it's true, right? You go to the store, you purchase something, you don't owe office supply anything, but you do need to keep this receipt just in case, you need to return any of your office supplies. Okay. Good. And last but not least, are we done with this transaction?
I'll say yes.
Good. Right? Then we don't need to do inventory. This isn't inventory. This is just office supplies. Right? This isn't our purchase of office supplies is not the main core of our business, right? Our main core of the business is trying to sell coffee. So there you go. All right. So then what has happened here? What did we buy?
Come on, Kim, take a shot.
I'm so behind right now. I can't even see straight. I'm trying to catch up.
Okay. Anybody else wants to do it?
I'll take a shot.
Okay.
Okay,
And
so
I'll try the.
What was that, Kim?
I said I'll try the next one,
Okay.
or I could try this one, Sony. It's up to you. You want me to try this
it's up
one,
to
Sony?
you. Go for it,
Okay,
Kim.
let me try. All right, let's see. Um, so we're on the purchase from the wholesale food store.
Yes.
60 pounds of sugar. That's where we are.
Uh-huh.
And so the question is, how do we journalize this?
Mm-hmm. Tell me what to do.
Okay, okay. In the general journal, you're gonna put the date. Let me go there too. General journal. Okay, we're gonna put the date. The date is that the 5th?
It's the 16th.
The 15th?
15th. 15th, excuse me.
The 15th. And we are going to put we purchase. So that is from accounts payable.
Did I put this on an
Oh,
accounts
60
payable?
pounds, 60 pounds of sugar at 36 cents. Oh, it's already figured out right there. So that's $2.60. So we're gonna put accounts payable for $21.60.
Did I put this on accounts payable?
No, we're journalizing it right now, right?
Mm-hmm. But did I put this? Did I buy this sugar on an account?
Purchase office supplies, postage material. Yeah, it says you purchased from the wholesale food store, right?
Yes, but how did I pay for it?
You pay with a business credit card.
Okay.
Okay, help me out here, okay?
Okay. So if I
Don't
bought
leave me hanging again.
if I bought sugar and I bought creamer, do I own those
Mhm.
items?
Yeah,
Okay. If I own those items, do I have specific accounts for them?
yes, you do.
What are they?
They are in the general ledger. Excuse me.
What is it called when I give you a list of all the accounts?
The chart of account.
Uh-huh. So go ahead and take a look at there.
Okay. Okay, so in the chart of accounts, okay, under assets, so the first account will be the 117770.
But what's that called? What is that account called?
The the sugar account.
Good. Sugar for 11770.
Yeah,
Okay.
sugar, and you bought creamer. Creamer. Oh, and the creamer is 11775 account,
Okay.
and the amounts will be the is that $21.60?
Yeah.
$21.60.
20 cents for the sugar and $48 and some change. I can't see that. Is that 50 cents?
It's
48
99.
48.99 for the sugar.
Okay.
Okay, let me go there too, so I can journalize that. Alrighty, that and that. Then from here, pay with a credit card. So we notate that.
You can
Do
note.
we note? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
You can note that, but in this case, how do I represent in my journal that I paid with a Visa credit card?
How do you note in your journal that you pay with the, you would put it underneath where it says underneath creamer, Visa payable.
Good.
Oh, so you need to go
Good. Visa payable. Good.
let's see. It's your Visa payable account, which is 22,000,
All right. For what total?
$70 and is that 50 something cents?
59 cents.
59. And then we're gonna go to the ledger.
We didn't finish our description.
Is the right there I would put purchase from wholesale foods, cream and Yeah, creamer and sugar.
In this case, you already have the account, so it's up to you if you want to add that. It's up to you.
Okay, and we're not writing a check. What's the invoice number?
We don't have one.
Uh, no invoice number,
Where are you, Renew?
and that's it.
Okay, perfect.
That's it. We need to put the total under at the 22,000 under Visa payable for the $70.59
Yeah,
I can't
it's
see
already
that.
there.
Yeah, I
The
see it. Okay. And
$70.59.
okay, then we go over to the ledger, right?
Uh huh.
And we go to the ledger right there. And here we're going to go to the accounts payable under liabilities.
All right, so we didn't order this on an account.
Okay.
So
We
not accounts
just
payable.
checking.
Okay. Kim, what did you journalize?
The purchase that we made from the wholesale food place.
Okay, so those are the only accounts you're going to be looking at. So the sugar account, the
Okay.
creamer account, and the Visa payable account.
Okay. So then we're going to go to where the sugar. Where did I see? Okay, so that'll be so under liabilities. We're supposed to do that in order, huh? Let me see. Where's that sugar?
Okay, so sugar first.
So that, yeah, then we're gonna go to our assets, and we're gonna go to sugar, which is right under large coffee cups,
Good.
and we're going to journalize 615. We're gonna put in sugar, CAR. The process
Okay. How many pounds of sugar?
we got 60 pounds.
60 pounds sugar. All right. You could justify it, right? Say this cost me 35 cents each pound. Okay. 36, sorry, 36 cents a pound.
6 per pound.
Okay.
Per pound.
How much was my
And
sugar?
then where the it was $40 and some change. It was
That's the creamer.
I don't have it. Oh, $21.60.
Okay. If you have your journal will also tell you how much to debit as well. So $21.60.
Right. And then we need to list the creamer.
Yes, we're gonna do the creamer.
Creamer is right under the sugar. 615. Creamer. So the creamer. Do we put the 11,775 there?
No, the 11,775 is the account number.
Do we put that in the ledger
No, that's the
when we
account
go?
number.
Okie dokie. Aren't we on the ledger part?
Yes, but
Yeah, we are.
you don't put the account number in the description for the ledger.
Okay. I don't see where do you have the ledger up? I just see the general journal.
Yes, I have it up right here. Okay, so we are in the Creamer account, but
Under assets.
under assets, yes.
Up, there we go. And so there we put the creamer, we put the amount of the creamer that we bought.
Okay, which is
Oh, okay, there it is. $16.33 per case.
okay.
Non-dairy creamer, 3 cases.
3 cases, okay.
So we just put 3 cases at $48.99.
Okay, well in this case you have a place to put that $49. Okay, so in this case
Be
we
under
bought 3 cases, 12
okay.
pack. Okay, which cost at $16.33 each case. Okay.
And your post reference number would be G5,
Mm-hmm.
General Journal 5. You have a debit for $48.99. And then under normal balance, $48.99.
Good.
And so then do we go to the wholesaler? The name of do we go to Wholesale Foods?
We still have one more account to go to update first, and then we go to the subsidiary ledger.
Okay. One more account. It was just sugar. Can you go back to the scenario?
Let me make it a little smaller so you can see everything.
Paid for business credit card. Where does that credit card information go again?
Where did you put it in your journal?
In my journal, it is Visa payable,
Visa payable.
and that is in my ledger account.
In your ledger, but where?
Um, I'm looking. Hold on, 1 minute. Oh, under liabilities in my ledger account,
Okay.
and we're gonna put the date 6/15 purchase. Do we do those separately or we do them together? Purchase. Do we do the sugar separately and the cream separately, or
Did
do we just say purchase cream and sugar?
Did you make 2 separate purchases at Wholesale Foods, or did you do only one
Oh,
purchase?
it's just one purchase.
All right, then that's all you need to record
So
in
we
here.
okay. So purchase cream and sugar, or purchase, would it be office supplies?
No,
No, cream
we're
and sugar.
cream and
You
sugar.
advised in sugar. Okay. And that'll be General Journal 5. And the total would be $70. 2160 plus the 48.99. $70.59.
All right. If you look at your journal, you already calculated it.
I just see the 2160 and 48.99. I have to look at you on my tablet, and it's not that big.
Okay,
And I
because
could
in the journal,
yeah.
in the journal,
over it.
your debits and your credits must match. So if you just only journalize the sugar and creamer and not the Visa payable, already right there, you made mistake number one. You didn't complete the journal. Your rule
You
is
said I the journal?
you have to what?
You said I didn't complete the journal?
Yeah, because you just said
Or you said
that. Yeah, because you said we agreed that how we paid was through Visa payable, but you didn't have the amount in
right,
there.
the $70.59?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So here, if I put in that $70.59, how much is my total
Mhm.
account balance now?
It is $540.90.
Okay, good. All right.
17. And then we're going to go to, then we go to Visa payable.
We just went to Visa payable.
Okay, I'm sorry. You got to bear with me. I got so much going on. I'm
No
working
worries.
hard at night.
No,
Put off.
I'm asking you all these questions because I'm trying to help you understand how to do accounting. So I'm here sitting here with you with the rest of the class. And right now, you're doing good. You're doing fine. All right. So what's the next step after this? All right. Don't feel intimidated or pressured or anything. This is a learning process. All right.
Okay, so
So
um, we did the Visa payable,
we
right?
just did the Visa payable
Under the liabilities.
under the liabilities.
Okay, so you're saying what's the next step?
Uh huh.
That would be the sub account,
That not a sub account. Sub
the inventory.
not. This isn't inventory.
This is an inventory. Okay, then I don't know. Oh, the checking? No, not checking. You run a check.
Okay.
Then I
So
don't
you
know.
you said sub account, not sub account. Sub what?
Um, Hold on. The subsidiary.
Subsidiary. Okay, we need to go to subsidiary because where did we buy these things from?
From the wholesale food place.
Wholesale food store. Yes. So here should be the one of the last um, tables in your subsidiary ledger under vendors.
Okay. And under wholesale foods,
Uh huh.
then there will journalize this.
Okay.
So we got the date, purchase, cream and sugar. Ah, dang it. Notes, purchase cream and sugar, right?
Uh huh.
AR. Invoice number, we didn't have one.
Mhm.
Reference would be G General Journal dash 5.
Mhm.
No terms,
Good.
no count, due date. There wasn't a due date on that description.
No.
That's not a prepaid amount, right?
Nope. You went to
So
the store. Go on.
the invoice amount is the $70.59,
Good.
and and we paid it, so it's $70.59 under payment.
Good. All right. So let's go ahead and practice that formula once again.
Oh, okay. We got a formula in there. So you said don't put too many formulas in because it can mess up your system, right? With too many formulas.
It just makes the file a little heavier. But it only messes
Yeah.
up if you reference from 2 or more books. But in this case, if you're working on one book and just adding formulas, your Excel should be able to handle it. It's just if you cell reference from book to book to book, then yes, it will mess things up. So in this case, the formula should work just fine.
All right, so I don't know the formula, but I would say equal plus, what's that? C? No, I don't know. You got to do the formula. This ain't Excel.
Okay. So in this case, right, the way that we practiced it is that we're going to start with our invoice amount. Okay. What are things that are going to be taking away from the invoice amount?
Your discount,
Your discount, okay.
your from the invoice, your prepaid amount,
Our prepaid amount, okay. What else?
the invoice amount.
Not the invoice amount. That's what we start with.
Okay, so returns and allowances
Returns and allowances, and what else?
on your discount.
We already said discount.
Oh, then that's it, right?
You got one more.
Uh,
What decreases an invoice amount?
what decreases the invoice amount
Mm-hmm.
would be the payment.
Your payments. Good. Excellent. So then, how much do you owe Whole Food Store?
Nothing. Zero.
Nothing. Good. All right. And that's how you use the subsidiary ledger. Okay.
Okay. And that's it.
That's it.
Hallelujah.
All right. All right. Good job. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. I'm going to take a quick break. So right now it is 10:11. So go ahead and take your 20-minute break. I'll give you an extra minute. So 20, what is that? 31, 32. Please be back no later than 10:32.